here we are.
Yep.
It's 7 a.m. We have got to be done hunting by 11 and back at
10:30 is what we
10:30.
10:30, we got to be rolling back to camp.
Yeah.
We got to be back at camp by 11.
Yeah, to be able to make it back to catch a plane.
Make our flight. Me and Zane, we go around to the back end of that canyon to set up and call somewhere else. You know, of course, need to change calls because we've been calling, this mouth call or that slate call, just to use something different and where it sounds like a different hen. So we get around the bottom end of this canyon and we're going to try to call the birds back to us. And as soon as me and Zane start up in there, boom.
Where's that?
You can hear them gobble. So we slip through these ditches, man, and up and down these ditches, getting out there to where these were at.
I see one more long beard in that group. I don't know.
And at this point, it was uncharted territory. We didn't really know how terrain laid back up that bottom because we didn't go in there molesting that. Because we knew the birds were staying in that area somewhere.
Right up there should be the field. It may be another couple hundred yards, but it ain't far.
So we start in there, and anyways, we come up out of this ditch and step up on this little knoll, and it's another ditch directly on the other side of it. And we step up on it, and when we did, I see turkeys start running. I grab Zane to my right. The birds are going up the hill right here. Well, I've never seen a longbeard. So he starts yelping again to see if we get one to answer. They don't answer. I was like, well, crap. I guess the longbeards were in there with those hens, and the hens must have made a noise or something, putted or something that we didn't hear as we were walking, and they took off and blowed that hunt. So now we got to walk all the way back out through all this crap. We get back out to you, and
I done heard
you done heard birds back behind us. So we start calling back, calling. You hear him faintly gobble back behind us, and we were debating on, do we want to get on the four-wheeler and move, or side by side and move, or do we just want to walk way over there? So we're like, we'll just ease over here on the side by side. We're going to put Malcolm down in the bottom. Me and Zane go over this ledge. When we go over the ledge, Zane drops down, and he looks back at me, and he points. So I put my face mask on, and I ease up there, man. I'm sitting on my heels, trying to get up over his head, and Zane's sitting in the prone position with his shotgun pointed, and I was like, and I still don't see nothing. I'm like, what in the world is he fixing to shoot?
He's coming, Mikey. Okay.
Well, then I kind of ease up where I'm sitting up, getting off my heels some and ease up high enough where I can get the camera over top of his head and I see him. There's a couple turkeys right in front of him. We didn't know what they were. We just heard them gobble back that direction. Well, it wasn't a longbeard. It was a jake and a hen.
I think it's a jake. I could see him a second ago, but I can't see him now. They stayed in that thick shit. Did you ever see a beard? No, all I could see was their backs. I seen that one gobble, and that was it. It was a really short gobble, though. We might be fixing to try to find a damn setup, because these gobblers over to the right are getting closer. I don't think they're too terribly far. They're just down that bottom.
Those birds ease on off, and me and Zane get up. You started kind of calling, and they come down in the field with you down in
right down in there with me.
There's Malcolm, no mask, sitting on a
side by side,
4-door side by side down there, just yelping out the window.
There they are.
So we try to set up on this longbeard or this gobbler. We don't know if it's a longbeard or not. This turkey's gobbling on top of the ridge, still one out faint. We go way up on top of this hill. Get way up there, try to set up again, get down in there, and the bird shuts up. Don't say nothing. Like, well, darn, man, here we go again with this crap. Trying to get Zane his last bird, and it's just not working out. Like, we're pushing it too hard, we feel like. And we said, well, let's go check this one spot.
And that's the first spot where we started.
That was the very first spot we started the whole trip at, where we seen the longbeard run across in front of us. Let's go check that spot and see if that bird is back in that area again. And we get up there, and Zane yelps and he gobbles back down in that kind of where he came from that first day we got there.
It's a long ways. It can't be far though, Zane, because they ain't nothing but old grub uphill up there. It's probably in that bottom. I hear him. I couldn't tell. The wind's messing with my ears. It was out that way somewhere.
I felt like he cut me off.
He did.
Me and Zane start easing down the road. Well, as we're going down the road, I see turkeys run up in the road, like way down, a couple hundred yards down. So I dropped down on my guts, just bam, right there in the road. And he didn't even see him. He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Get down, they're coming." And anyways, we're peeking down the road up over this little ledge in the road, crest in the road, trying to see if they're coming. And I don't see them. He's like, "Are they there?" And I was like, "No, I don't know where they went."
Which way?
Coming right at us. He run out of that damn feeder. Come on up.
Ranges are. Are you the rangefinder? Can you hit it?
I don't see him now. We sat down. He was running out towards them grub piles down the road.
So I guess they were running out and running back down in that mesquite. So I was like, well, they're not. That ain't the gobbler. I don't see him. I see yelp again. He yelps. He gobbles again way down in there. And I was like, all right, let's move. So we took off and we hot-footed down this road and drop off down in that bottom where he was at. I was like, we're going to have to be aggressive. Like, we're going to have to get down in here to make this happen because we're either going to blow the hunt or we're going to make it happen.
Because we're to within an hour.
Yeah, we're within an hour now. Camera's running the whole time, and I look at the battery life on the camera. I'm like, uh-oh, I got 20 minutes left on this camera, 25, something like that. And I'm like, man, I don't know if this is going we got plenty.
Yeah.
So we get down in there, and I have no tripod, just freehanding this camera. And we run down in there, and we set up. We yelp, turkey gobbles. Zane, he yelped at it and it gobbled again. It moved on us. He had kind of come a little closer to us. He had cut it in half, the distance in half with us. So we sit there a minute. We just stop calling, sit there. I got the camera running. I'm like, he's going to pop out any minute. And he don't come. So we move again. We angle around and find this whole game trail, and we slip down this game trail, and it's thick, man. It's really thick. And we're going through there, and it's, this whole thorn hanging on us and stuff.
Yeah.
We're trying to dodge them and get down through there, and we make a loop on this bird.
Still hadn't seen him.
We'd actually looped all the way back around to the road that we were walking in on, just way down where I seen those birds run out and run back in. So we get right in there, and we set up right there. Zane yelps, and the bird don't say nothing. We hear gobbler across the road, like, way off. And I was like, these are coming, because I've heard them gobbling since we first started calling, like they're closing the distance on us. I think they're coming. We might need to spin around. I don't know. Just directly, I look, and I see this joker up in the thicket with the come through this little gap, this opening, and he's full strut walking. I was like, Zane, he's right there. He's 50 yards. But it's so dense in there with that mesquite and all the scrub that was on the ground and stuff and all the greenery that was in there. It was the thickest spot we had hunted the entire time we were there. And this bird is going through that mesquite, and there's no open shots. Zane can't see him. I can see him. He's moving back from our right to our left, back towards the road over there. I hear a hen yelp. I was like, oh no, she's leaving. And Zane said, you think I ought to give him? I was give him something. And he does a little soft yelping. Just a little, just easy. And I still see the bird now. He's still in the thicket. I can still see bits and pieces of him, little bright head. He's still in full strut. And this hen comes in the thicket from across the road in there with us, and she walks up. Son, I'm talking about on me. And I'm not even breathing. I'm holding my breath, and my hands are shaking, and I ain't sitting down.
Yeah.
Because
you're up.
I'm on my knees, right behind Zane, like shooting over his, like kind of over his shoulder almost. We got like 10 or 12 minutes, Zane. Like, this has got to happen. We're looking, trying to see him. I'm zooming in and out with the camera, like just trying to pick up a head or a feather or something in that crap. Well, I look back up, and this hen had kind of eased away from me a little bit. Well, she's still there. Zane yelped. I think he yelped a little bit because he ran off, and then I seen him run back in the thicket, come back through this little break, and he runs right back to where he was and stands there. So Zane yelps again, I still don't see him, and then I see him coming. And I'm looking, and I look at the camera, and I got 3 minutes battery life left.
He's coming towards you.
And it's 10:25. We got to leave in 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh, my God. There's no way this is happening. And I said, Zane, I see him. He's coming to us. And the hen comes out, and she walks past me. Like, she is standing she is right
at your boots.
And this gobbler's coming, and Zane said, Mikey, I can't get turned on him. And he's coming. And Zane, you got to shoot him. He is finna step on you. Man, Zane shoots through this mesquite. Branches and stuff goes everywhere. I'm talking about boom, and this turkey's head it just almost blew off.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy smokes. We got that bird, and we stood, and I couldn't even stand up. The shot knocked Zane over. I mean, he is in an awkward position. When he fired the shot, it knocks him flat over. He don't even,
you can't feel your legs.
I can't feel my legs get up and run and get the bird just in case. He can't run anyways. Yeah. It's so dense. Zane gets up, and he was like, I got him. And I was like, yeah, he's laying right there. I said, but man, I can't feel my feet. I get up, and I can't walk.
Yes, sir. Oh, my God.
Did you see that someone knock me over?
Yeah. Holy smokes. That hen was right here and off the left.
Did you hear the stick break? I thought it was all over right after that. I probably just blew that head fall off.
I thought that was a safety.
The safety was on. I thought it was off. I was trying to squeeze the hell out of the turkey.
Holy smokes. I'm shaking. I can't hardly move.
You get the shot?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure. He was behind a limb on me. What's wrong?
We had to work this one hard, boys.
Real hard. Snatch him up to see that beard. What's he got? Shoot, yeah, man.
This is what those nitros are all about. You shoot through a limb, still get the gobbler.
That's it, dude.
Beautiful Rio.
There's a limb we shot off.
I think when he shot, it just toothpicked him to death. All that shrapnel hit him and just killed the turkey.
That's
man.
what it was. Mesquite. He got
All that
blasted.
mesquite shrapnel hit him and killed him.